Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos talks retirement, long-distance relationships. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is getting closer to the end of her journey. The season finale will air next week, November 13. Prior to that happening, she is doing some interviews about where she stands on certain things. One of those things is having a long-distance relationship. She also talked about retirement. What did Joan have to say? Keep reading to find out more. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos talks long distance. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is talking about how she will handle the fact that she and her final rose winner do not live in the same state. It's been pointed out that younger stars of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette do not have as many roots and can easily pick up their lives and move. When it comes to the leads for The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette, most of them have already established a life somewhere. They have careers and, in most cases, families that they do not want to leave. This is also true for Joan. She spoke with Parade about her own career and how she feels about long-distance relationships. Joan isn't against long distance at all. In fact, she thinks there could be positives in it and also a lot of fun. She further explained that it's fine to have a long distance relationship, especially if you have the time and resources to do it. Joan thinks it could be fun and each of them would just take turns going to each other's homes. Is Joan ready to retire? Many wonder if Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is ready to retire. She also shared the answer to that question. She said that right now she is still a school administrator in Maryland. Joan has been on a leave of absence from work and knows she has to go back soon. She's gotten to do so many things and knows that she still has a job to go back to. So for now, Joan is not making a decision on retirement. Joan Vassos may be stepping into the spotlight as the Golden Bachelorette, but she's no stranger to life's curveballs. With her signature grace and a glimmer in her eye, the 61-year-old widow from Maryland has quickly become a fan favorite, not just for her undeniable elegance, but for the vulnerability and wisdom she brings to the screen. And now, in a candid interview ahead of the premiere, Joan opens up about two of the most pressing issues on her heart: retirement and the reality of long-distance love. "This is my second act," Joan says, sipping tea from a mug that reads "Live, Laugh, Love." "I spent decades raising 4 amazing children, being a wife, working full-time. But now it's about me. And for the first time in a long time, I'm allowed to dream out loud. A future without alarm clocks." For Joan, the concept of retirement isn't just about leaving behind a job. It's about rediscovering herself. After years working in school administration, she says she began feeling a quiet but persistent pull towards something more fulfilling. "I used to think retirement was about slowing down. But now I think it's about speeding up in the right direction," she laughs. "I want to travel, take a pottery class, learn to play the piano. I'm not winding down, I'm winding up." And while some might expect a Golden Bachelorette to be looking for someone to ride off into the sunset with, Joan says her vision of the future includes more than just love. It includes purpose. "I'm not retiring from life. I'm retiring from routine. I want passion, yes, but I also want a partner who supports my independence." Love across zip codes. When it comes to long-distance relationships, Joan has learned that love isn't measured in miles. It's measured in effort. "Look, I'm a realist. I know I'm not going to find someone who lives 3 blocks away and happens to also be retired, widowed, and emotionally available. Life doesn't work that way," she says with a knowing smile. But she's not afraid of the idea of falling for someone who lives far away, even several states away. "We're all grown-ups. We can hop on a plane. We can FaceTime. Heck, I just figured out how to use WhatsApp," Joan says with a wink. To her, it's about intention. If someone wants to be with you, they'll make it work. It's not about geography. It's about heart geography, how close your souls feel, no matter the distance. A golden view on love. Joan has been widowed for several years, and though the loss of her husband deeply shaped her, it hasn't closed her heart. I'll never stop loving him, she says, pausing thoughtfully. But I've realized that opening myself up to new love doesn't mean I'm betraying the past. It means I'm honoring the fact that I'm still alive, that I still deserve to be loved. And when it comes to finding love again on national television, Joan admits it's a little surreal. If you had told me 5 years ago that I'd be dating 20 men in a mansion, I would have laughed until I cried. But here I am, glammed up, heart wide open, and ready to make out in front of cameras. My kids are horrified, she jokes. But secretly, I think they're proud. When the camera stops rolling behind the roses and romantic getaways, Joan says she's most interested in the quiet moments, the in-between conversations that don't always make it to air. I want to know what keeps someone up at night. What makes them laugh so hard they snort? I want the real stuff, not just the fairy tale. She's also incredibly aware of the emotional weight many of her suitors carry. A lot of these men have been through divorces, losses, heartbreaks. We're not 20-somethings looking for a summer fling. We're looking for a companion to walk the rest of the path with, setting boundaries and standards. Joan's approach to dating is rooted in clarity and kindness. At this stage in life, you know what you want, and more importantly, what you won't settle for. That includes a partner who is emotionally available, supportive of her dreams, and yes, open to the reality of a bi-coastal relationship if it comes to that. Compromise is key, she says. But I'm not going to move across the country for someone who hasn't even unpacked his emotional baggage. And while she's open to relocation if the stars align, she's not abandoning her own goals or identity in the process. I've built a beautiful life. I have my friends, my family, my Friday wine nights. A man should add to that, not replace it. Retirement, reinvention, and roses. As Joan heads into her season of The Golden Bachelorette, she's doing so with a fierce sense of self and a belief that it's never too late to rewrite your love story. I think a lot of people think retirement means the end of something, but for me, it's just the beginning. The beginning of dreaming again, of falling in love again, of dancing in the kitchen again. Whether or not she finds the one, Joan says she already feels like she's won. I'm living boldly. I'm putting myself out there. I'm saying yes to life, and that, to me, is the greatest rose of all. And if she does end up in a long-distance relationship, I'll get a good suitcase, she says with a grin, and maybe rack up some frequent flyer miles. Love is worth the trip.